The rise to fame and fortune often feels like the ultimate dream for many, but the world of celebrity can be as treacherous as it is rewarding. Some stars who once basked in the spotlight and enjoyed unimaginable wealth later found themselves grappling with bankruptcy, addiction, or legal woes, losing everything they had. Their journeys serve as cautionary tales of how fleeting success can be and the devastating toll of mismanaged finances, poor decisions, and personal struggles. Here we explore the stories of 6 celebrities whose lives took dramatic downturns, unraveling their once stable empires. Before we start, hit the like and subscribe buttons for more exclusive news. 1. Nicolas Cage, from blockbusters to bankruptcy. Nicolas Cage, once one of Hollywood's highest paid actors, enjoyed a stellar career with iconic films like Face Off, Con Air, and National Treasure. By the early 2000s, Cage had amassed a fortune estimated at $150 million. However, he became infamous for his extravagant spending habits, which included castles in Germany and England, a private island in the Bahamas, a fleet of luxury cars, rare comic books, and even a dinosaur skull. His lavish lifestyle quickly spiraled out of control. Cage's financial downfall was exacerbated by a dispute with his financial manager, whom he accused of negligence. As debts mounted, he began selling off properties at a loss and took on roles in less prestigious films to pay back the IRS, which claimed he owed millions in unpaid taxes. Despite his efforts, the once wealthy star faced foreclosure on several of his properties and was forced to relinquish his prized assets, including the dinosaur skull. Cage's story underscores how unchecked spending and mismanagement can lead to financial ruin, even for someone at the pinnacle of Hollywood success. 2. MC Hammer, a cautionary tale of excess. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, MC Hammer was a rap phenomenon, with his album Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em becoming one of the best-selling hip-hop albums of all time. His hit single, You Can't Touch This, catapulted him to fame, and with that fame came immense wealth. At his peak, Hammer was worth an estimated $70 million, but he soon gained a reputation for his extravagant lifestyle. Hammer famously employed a staff of over 200 people, including personal assistants, security, and dancers, costing him an estimated $500,000 per month. He also purchased a lavish $30 million mansion in Fremont, California, complete with gold-plated gates and a recording studio. Yet, by 1996, Hammer filed for bankruptcy, citing over $13 million in debt. His fall from grace was swift, and he had to rebuild his life from scratch. In the years since, Hammer has focused on entrepreneurial ventures, ministry work, and smaller-scale music projects. His journey serves as a stark reminder of how fleeting financial success can be without proper management and foresight. 3. Lindsay Lohan, the price of fame and addiction. Lindsay Lohan was once the darling of Hollywood, rising to fame as a child star in films like The Parent Trap and later transitioning to teen blockbusters such as Mean Girls. However, as Lohan grew older, her personal struggles with addiction, legal issues, and erratic behavior overshadowed her career. At her peak, Lohan was earning millions from her acting roles and endorsements, but her fortunes began to decline due to costly legal battles, court-ordered rehab stints, and an inability to secure major film roles. Her luxurious lifestyle, which included designer clothes, expensive hotels, and extravagant parties, drained her bank account. In 2012, reports surfaced that Lohan was struggling financially and owed over $200,000 in unpaid taxes. Lohan's public downward spiral made her a tabloid fixture and a cautionary example of how addiction and fame can collide with devastating results. Though she has made several attempts at a comeback, including opening a beach club in Greece and appearing in smaller projects, Lohan's financial troubles and reputation have made it difficult for her to regain her former status. 4. Mike Tyson, from heavyweight champion to heavy debts. Mike Tyson, one of the most iconic and controversial figures in boxing history, experienced a meteoric rise in the 1980s, becoming the youngest heavyweight champion at just 20 years old. Known for his ferocious fighting style, Tyson earned over $400 million during his career. However, his life outside the ring was marred by legal troubles, extravagant spending, and poor financial management. Tyson's lavish purchases included a 21-bedroom mansion, exotic tigers, luxury cars, and expensive jewelry. His personal life was equally tumultuous, marked by a high-profile divorce, a rape conviction that led to 3 years in prison, and mounting legal fees. By 2003, Tyson filed for bankruptcy, revealing debts of over $23 million, including unpaid taxes, legal settlements, and a series of bad investments. Despite his financial struggles, Tyson staged a remarkable comeback in recent years, capitalizing on his charisma and name recognition. He has since ventured into acting, podcasting, and even cannabis entrepreneurship, proving that resilience can pave the way for a second chance. 5. Toni Braxton, a superstar's battle with bankruptcy. Toni Braxton, the Grammy-winning singer behind hits like Unbreak My Heart and Breathe Again, was one of the biggest names in R&B during the 1990s. Despite her immense talent and success, Braxton faced financial ruin not once but twice, filing for bankruptcy in both 1998 and 2010. Her first bankruptcy shocked fans, as she was reportedly earning millions from her music and live performances. However, Braxton later revealed that her recording contracts were far less lucrative than they appeared, with much of her income going toward covering production costs and paying her management team. To make matters worse, Braxton's penchant for designer clothes, luxury cars, and opulent living exacerbated her financial woes. In 2010, after a health scare involving a lupus diagnosis, Braxton filed for bankruptcy again, citing debts of up to $50 million. She was forced to sell off personal belongings, including her music royalties, to settle her debts. Despite these setbacks, Braxton remains a beloved artist and has continued to perform and release new music, proving her resilience in the face of adversity. 6. Willie Nelson, a country legend's tax woes. Willie Nelson, one of the most celebrated figures in country music, enjoyed a long and successful career with hits like On the Road Again and Always on My Mind. However, in 1990, Nelson's financial world came crashing down when the IRS seized his assets, claiming he owed $32 million in unpaid taxes. Nelson's tax troubles stemmed from mismanagement by his accountants, who had invested heavily in tax shelters that were later disallowed by the IRS. To settle his debts, Nelson lost virtually everything, including his home, recording studio, and personal possessions. Undeterred, Nelson released an album titled The IRS Tapes: Who'll Buy My Memories, with proceeds going directly toward paying off his tax bill. Remarkably, Nelson eventually recovered from his financial troubles and remains a beloved figure in the music industry. His story highlights the importance of understanding one's finances and the dangers of relying too heavily on others to manage them. 7. Pamela Anderson, love, scandals, and financial woes. Pamela Anderson, the iconic star of Baywatch, was once one of the most recognized faces on the planet, earning millions from her acting career and endorsement deals. Despite her fame and fortune, Anderson faced severe financial struggles over the years, partly due to her lavish spending habits and a series of personal and legal troubles. Anderson invested heavily in extravagant homes, including a Malibu mansion that cost millions to renovate. These renovations spiraled out of control, leaving her deeply in debt. Additionally, she faced substantial unpaid tax bills, with reports in 2012 stating she owed hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS. Anderson's turbulent personal life, marked by high-profile relationships and divorces, also contributed to her financial instability. Legal battles with contractors over renovation costs only added to her woes. Though Anderson eventually sold her Malibu home and downsized her lifestyle, she continues to rebuild her financial stability through activism, public appearances, and smaller acting roles. Her story highlights how poor financial planning and personal drama can erode even the most substantial fortunes. 8. Gary Busey, from stardom to bankruptcy. Gary Busey, best known for his Oscar-nominated role in the Buddy Holly story and his appearances in films like Lethal Weapon and Point Break, experienced a dramatic fall from grace. In the 1980s and early 1990s, Busey was a successful actor with a promising career. However, his life took a sharp turn after a near-fatal motorcycle accident in 1988, which left him with severe brain damage. This event marked the beginning of a downward spiral involving substance abuse, erratic behavior, and financial mismanagement. By 2012, Busey filed for bankruptcy, claiming less than $50,000 in assets and over $500,000 in debt. His financial troubles stemmed from unpaid medical bills, legal issues, and an inability to secure major acting roles. Busey's eccentric personality, which made him a tabloid fixture, further alienated him from Hollywood's elite. Despite his struggles, Busey has found a niche in reality television and small film roles. slowly rebuilding his career. His story is a sobering reminder of how quickly health crises and personal challenges can dismantle a successful life. 9. Debbie Reynolds, Hollywood royalty turned destitute. Debbie Reynolds, the beloved star of Singin' in the Rain, was one of Hollywood's brightest stars in the 1950s and 1960s. Her charm and talent brought her immense wealth, but her financial troubles began when she married second husband Harry Carl, a compulsive gambler who squandered much of her fortune. Reynolds divorced Carl in 1973, but by then she was left with massive debts. To make matters worse, Reynolds faced a series of failed business ventures, including her attempt to open a Las Vegas museum housing her vast collection of Hollywood memorabilia. Though her collection was worth millions, the museum struggled financially, forcing her to sell off prized items, including Marilyn Monroe's iconic dress from the 7-Year Itch. Reynolds never fully recovered financially, but she continued to work well into her later years, taking on roles in films and television to support herself. Her resilience and passion for her craft remain a testament to her enduring spirit, even in the face of financial ruin. 10. Randy Quaid, a Hollywood star's descent into paranoia. Randy Quaid, once a respected actor known for his roles in National Lampoon's Vacation series and Independence Day, saw his life take a bizarre and tragic turn in the 2000s. Despite earning millions during his career, Quaid and his wife, Evie, became embroiled in a series of legal battles and scandals, leading to their financial downfall. The couple faced lawsuits over unpaid hotel bills and property damage, and by 2009 their home was foreclosed. They later made headlines for fleeing to Canada, claiming they were targets of a Hollywood conspiracy group they called the Star Whackers. This paranoia, coupled with erratic behavior, effectively ended Quaid's acting career and left him estranged from Hollywood. Today, Quaid lives a reclusive life, far from the glitz and glamour he once enjoyed. His story serves as a haunting example of how mental health issues and legal troubles can unravel a once promising career. 11. Kim Basinger, from Hollywood glamour to financial collapse. Kim Basinger, an Academy Award-winning actress known for her roles in LA Confidential and Batman, was once at the height of Hollywood fame. However, her financial troubles began in the early 1990s when she made an ill-fated decision to purchase the town of Brazelton, Georgia for $20 million, intending to turn it into a tourist attraction and film studio. The ambitious project quickly fell apart, draining Basinger's finances. Adding to her woes, Basinger faced a costly legal battle after she backed out of the film Boxing Helena, resulting in a lawsuit that left her owing nearly $8 million in damages. These financial setbacks forced her to file for bankruptcy in 1993. Despite these challenges, Basinger eventually made a career comeback and rebuilt her finances through acting and endorsements. Her story highlights the risks of overambitious investments and the devastating impact of legal disputes. 12. Burt Reynolds, a star who lost it all. Burt Reynolds, one of Hollywood's most beloved stars, known for films like Smokey and the Bandit and Deliverance, experienced enormous success during the 1970s and 1980s. At his peak, Reynolds was one of the highest-paid actors in the world, with a fortune estimated at $60 million. However, a series of poor financial decisions and personal missteps led to his downfall. Reynolds lived an extravagant lifestyle, purchasing multiple mansions, luxury cars, and even a private jet. His tumultuous personal life, including a costly divorce from actress Lonnie Anderson, further drained his finances. In the 1990s, Reynolds filed for bankruptcy, citing debts of over $10 million. He was forced to sell off his assets, including his iconic Florida estate. In his later years, Reynolds reflected on his financial mistakes with humility, acknowledging that he lived beyond his means and trusted the wrong people. Despite his financial troubles, Reynolds remained a cherished figure in Hollywood until his passing in 2018, proving that even those who lose everything can leave behind a lasting legacy. 13. Tori Spelling, the heiress who struggled to stay afloat. Tori Spelling, daughter of television mogul Aaron Spelling, grew up surrounded by immense wealth, living in a sprawling 56,000 square foot mansion. Her father's fortune, estimated at $500 million, led many to assume Tori was financially set for life. However, when Aaron passed away in 2006, Tori inherited just $800,000, a far cry from the fortune she expected. Spelling's financial troubles began with her penchant for extravagant living, including lavish shopping shopping sprees, high-end real estate purchases, and luxury vacations. Despite earning money from acting roles, reality TV shows, and a series of books, she consistently spent beyond her means. By 2016, Spelling faced mounting credit card debt and unpaid taxes, with reports stating she owed hundreds of thousands of dollars to creditors. Her marriage to Dean McDermott added to her financial strain, as the couple frequently moved and faced lawsuits over unpaid bills. Despite her challenges, Spelling remains a public figure, working tirelessly to pay off debts and support her family, showing how even those born into wealth can face financial difficulties without careful management. 14. Corey Haim. A tragic tale of child stardom and bankruptcy. Corey Haim rose to fame in the 1980s as one of Hollywood's most beloved child stars, appearing in hits like The Lost Boys and License to Drive. However, as his career faded, Haim struggled with substance abuse and financial mismanagement, leading to his downfall. By the time he reached adulthood, the money he had earned as a child was gone, and his attempts to revive his career were largely unsuccessful. In 1997, Haim filed for bankruptcy, citing over $200,000 in debt. His financial troubles were compounded by his addiction, which led to costly rehab stints and a tarnished reputation in the industry. Haim's once bright future was overshadowed by health problems, legal issues, and homelessness. Tragically, Haim passed away in 2010 at the age of 38 from pneumonia, though his struggles with addiction and financial hardship had taken a heavy toll on his life. His story serves as a heartbreaking example of the pressures child stars face and the devastating impact of addiction and mismanagement. 15. Janice Dickinson. The supermodel who fell from grace. Janice Dickinson, often referred to as the world's first supermodel, enjoyed a glittering career in the 1970s and 1980s. She graced countless magazine covers, walked the runways for top designers, and became a fashion icon. Despite her fame and substantial earnings, Dickinson's financial life was anything but stable. Dickinson's troubles began with her addiction to drugs and alcohol, which led to erratic behavior and damaged her reputation in the fashion industry. Her lavish lifestyle, including luxury homes, expensive wardrobes, and frequent travel, further drained her finances. By 2013, Dickinson filed for bankruptcy, claiming nearly $1 million in debt, including unpaid taxes and medical bills. 16. Stephen Baldwin. A born-again star with born-again debt. Stephen Baldwin, part of the famous Baldwin acting dynasty, rose to fame in the 1990s with films like The Usual Suspects and Biodome. Despite his early success, Baldwin's career never reached the heights of his brother Alex, and his financial troubles began to mount in the 2000s. His struggles were largely tied to a combination of bad investments, a declining career, and unpaid taxes. By 2009, Baldwin filed for bankruptcy, listing over $2 million in debt, including mortgages on 2 properties and back taxes. His financial situation was further complicated by his commitment to his newfound Christian faith, which led him to reject many roles in Hollywood that he felt conflicted with his beliefs. Baldwin also faced criticism for living beyond his means despite his declining income. 17. Evander Holyfield. The champ who lost it all. Evander Holyfield, the legendary heavyweight boxing champion, was one of the most successful athletes of his time, earning over $200 million during his career. Known for his iconic fights against Mike Tyson and Riddick Bowe, Holyfield enjoyed a lifestyle befitting a champion, with sprawling mansions, luxury cars, and lavish spending on friends and family. However, Holyfield's financial empire began to crumble due to a combination of failed business ventures, unpaid child support for his 11 children, and excessive spending. His 54,000 square foot Atlanta mansion, complete with 17 bathrooms and its own bowling alley, was foreclosed in 2008. Holyfield also faced lawsuits over unpaid debts and owed millions in back taxes. 18. Wesley Snipes. Action star turned tax evader. Wesley Snipes, the charismatic star of hit films like Blade, Demolition Man, and White Men Can't Jump, was once a major box office draw in Hollywood. However, Snipes' financial downfall began in the early 2000s when he became embroiled in a legal battle with the IRS over unpaid taxes. He was accused of failing to file tax returns for several years, owing an estimated $17 million in back taxes. Snipes claimed he had been misled by financial advisors who convinced him he wasn't legally obligated to pay taxes, but the courts didn't agree. In 2008, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison for tax evasion, a shocking development that effectively ended his reign as a Hollywood star. 19. Johnny Depp. a lavish lifestyle, and legal battles. Johnny Depp, one of Hollywood's most versatile and beloved actors, achieved worldwide fame with films like Pirates of the Caribbean, Edward Scissorhands, and Sweeney Todd. At his peak, Depp amassed a fortune exceeding $650 million. However, his love for an extravagant lifestyle, coupled with legal disputes and financial mismanagement, led to a dramatic financial collapse. Depp's spending habits were notoriously lavish. He reportedly spent $30,000 a month on wine, purchased multiple properties around the world, and maintained a staff of over 40 people. He also spent millions on luxury yachts, rare collectibles, and elaborate gifts. Additionally, he was embroiled in legal battles with his former management team, accusing them of mismanaging his finances, while they countered with claims of his uncontrolled spending. By 2017, reports emerged that Depp was in dire financial straits, struggling to meet his monthly expenses. Legal fees from his highly publicized defamation lawsuits further drained his resources. Though he continues to work, Depp's financial story remains a cautionary tale of how wealth, when poorly managed, can quickly vanish. 20. Anna Nicole Smith. A roller coaster rise and fall. Anna Nicole Smith was a household name in the 1990s, rising to fame as a Playboy model and television personality. She became infamous for her marriage to 89-year-old billionaire J. Howard Marshall, sparking widespread controversy. After Marshall's death, Smith was thrust into a lengthy legal battle over his estate, which she ultimately lost. Despite her initial financial success from modeling and television, Smith's life was riddled with poor financial decisions, substance abuse, and extravagant spending. She lived a lavish lifestyle, spending her earnings on expensive homes, cars, and jewelry. Her erratic behavior and struggles with addiction only added to her financial troubles. 21. Michael Jackson, the king of pop's mountain of debt. Michael Jackson, one of the greatest entertainers of all time, was a global superstar who earned billions during his career. Yet, despite his immense earnings from albums, tours, and endorsements, Jackson's financial life was a labyrinth of debt and legal issues. By the time of his death in 2009, Jackson was reportedly $400 million in debt. Jackson's spending habits were as legendary as his music. He purchased the sprawling Neverland Ranch, which featured a private zoo, amusement park, and luxury accommodations. He also had a penchant for expensive art, antiques, and designer clothes. Jackson's elaborate lifestyle far outpaced his income, especially as his legal troubles and declining record sales took a toll. 22. Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt, reality TV's rise and fall. Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt, stars of the reality TV series The Hills, became infamous for their dramatic antics and over-the-top lifestyle. At the height of their fame, the couple reportedly earned millions from their appearances on the show and various endorsements. However, their reckless spending habits quickly led to financial disaster. Montag and Pratt spent lavishly on designer clothes, plastic surgeries, luxury vacations, and a $10,000 a week crystal addiction. Believing their fame and fortune would last forever, they made little effort to save or invest wisely. When their reality TV careers stalled, their income dried up, leaving them nearly broke. By 2010, the couple had burned through their $10 million fortune and were forced to downsize significantly. They later admitted to their financial mistakes, reflecting on the fleeting nature of fame and the importance of planning for the future. Their story illustrates how the illusion of endless wealth can lead to devastating consequences. 23. Brendan Fraser, from blockbuster star to financial struggles. Brendan Fraser, beloved for his roles in the Mummy series, George of the Jungle, and Encino Man, was once a major box office draw. However, a combination of career setbacks, personal issues, and financial obligations led to his downfall. Fraser's troubles began after a series of injuries from performing his own stunts, which required multiple surgeries and limited his ability to work. Additionally, Fraser faced significant financial burdens from alimony and child support payments, which reportedly exceeded $900,000 annually. His declining career, coupled with medical expenses and legal fees, made it increasingly difficult for him to maintain his finances. By 2013, he petitioned the court to reduce his financial obligations, citing his inability to sustain his previous income. 24. Courtney Love, rock royalty's financial chaos. Courtney Love, the outspoken frontwoman of the band Hole and widow of Nirvana's Kurt Cobain, achieved fame and fortune as a rock icon. However, Love's life has been a whirlwind of legal battles, addiction, and financial mismanagement. Despite inheriting millions from Cobain's estate, she found herself in dire financial straits over the years. Love's financial troubles stemmed from legal disputes over Cobain's estate, unpaid taxes, and her own erratic behavior. She was accused of selling off valuable pieces of Cobain's legacy to fund her lifestyle, which included luxury homes, designer clothes, and frequent trips. In 2009, Love claimed that nearly $30 million of Cobain's estate had been stolen by unscrupulous business managers and lawyers. 25. Marvin Gaye, the soul legend's financial troubles. Marvin Gaye, one of the most influential figures in soul and R&B music, achieved fame with timeless hits like What's Going On and Sexual Healing. Despite his immense success, Gaye faced severe financial problems, largely due to his extravagant lifestyle, legal battles, and tax troubles. By the late 1970s, his debts were mounting and he owed a substantial amount in unpaid taxes to the IRS. Gaye's financial woes worsened after his divorce from Anna Gordy, sister of Motown founder Berry Gordy. The court ordered him to pay a large sum in alimony and child support, which he struggled to meet. To settle the debt, Gaye handed over the rights to his next album, Here My Dear, a raw and revealing record about his failed marriage. However, the album's poor commercial performance did little to alleviate his financial struggles. 26. Dennis Rodman, a basketball star's financial decline. Dennis Rodman, known for his colorful personality and dominant rebounding skills, was one of the NBA's most electrifying players. He won 5 NBA championships and earned millions during his career with teams like the Chicago Bulls and Detroit Pistons. However, Rodman's financial troubles began after his retirement, as his wild spending and legal problems took a toll on his bank account. Rodman lived a lavish lifestyle, frequently spending large sums on luxury cars, expensive jewelry, and wild parties. His personal life was equally chaotic, with multiple marriages, costly divorces, and mounting child support obligations. By 2012, Rodman faced legal action for failing to pay over $800,000 in child and spousal support, and reports surfaced that he was nearly broke. 27. Shia LaBeouf, controversy and career decline. Shia LaBeouf, a child star who rose to fame with Disney Channel's Even Stevens, and later became a Hollywood A-lister with roles in the Transformers franchise and Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, saw his career and finances take a dramatic downturn due to personal struggles and erratic behavior. Despite earning millions, LaBeouf's legal troubles, including arrests for public intoxication and disorderly conduct, led to costly legal fees and damaged his reputation in the industry. His bizarre performance art projects and public meltdowns alienated fans and studios alike, causing his income to plummet. In 2020, LaBeouf faced a lawsuit alleging abuse, further tarnishing his public image and straining his finances. 28. Michael Vick, NFL stars fall from grace. Michael Vick, once the highest-paid player in the NFL and a star quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons, experienced a dramatic fall from grace after being implicated in a dogfighting ring. His career came to an abrupt halt in 2007 when he was convicted and sentenced to 21 months in federal prison. The scandal not only damaged his reputation, but also devastated his finances. At the time of his arrest, Vick had signed a $130 million contract, but he lost it all due to legal fees, fines, and the cancellation of endorsements. He filed for bankruptcy in 2008, citing debts of nearly $20 million. Upon his release from prison, Vick worked tirelessly to rehabilitate his image, returning to the NFL and signing a new contract with the Philadelphia Eagles. 29. LaToya Jackson, a Jackson family member's financial struggles. LaToya Jackson, a member of the famous Jackson family, attempted to carve out her own career in music and entertainment, but faced significant financial challenges. While her brother Michael achieved global superstardom, LaToya struggled to achieve the same level of success. She released several albums and appeared on various television shows, but her earnings were modest compared to her family's wealth. LaToya's financial troubles were compounded by her marriage to her former manager, Jack Gordon, who allegedly controlled her finances and forced her into poor business deals. By the early 1990s, she was estranged from her family, deeply in debt, and struggling to maintain her career. Gordon's management left her with little control over her money, and she eventually faced foreclosure and lawsuits. 30. Mike the Situation, Sorrentino, reality TV star's tax troubles. Mike the Situation, Sorrentino, a star of the hit reality TV show Jersey Shore, enjoyed immense fame and fortune during the show's run, reportedly earning millions from his appearances and endorsements. However, Sorrentino's financial troubles began when he failed to pay taxes on his income, leading to serious legal repercussions. In 2014, Sorrentino was charged with tax fraud for failing to report nearly $9 million in earnings. He faced fines, legal fees, and eventually served an 8-month prison sentence in 2019 for tax evasion. His financial troubles were further compounded by lavish spending on luxury cars, designer clothes, and a lifestyle beyond his means. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on celebrities losing everything? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.